and welcome to We Live in a Society. The next few videos are my three-part series on a Eurocycle tour I did from France to Norway. However, there's not a lot of footage simply because I didn't have a waterproof camera at the time and it was torrential rain pretty much the entire month straight. I started the trip in Lille, France, and cycled north to Dunkirk and then east into Belgium to Bruges and then Antwerp. That entire section of my cycle tour was absolute torrential rain and I couldn't get any footage whatsoever. So I think the first footage starts off just outside of Antwerp. So I hope you enjoy these series of videos anyway. So I'm almost at Antwerp, as you can see by the sign behind me. I thought I'd do my video diary today. So I left Bruges. I left Bruges this morning at about 7:30, so I got a nice early start. It's about 100 kilometers today. I've made some pretty good time. Mostly on the roads today, but there were a lot of bike tracks for the second half of the trip. I've got about 12 kilometers to go. But yeah, it's been raining for most of the day. This is like a brief respite at the moment. It's meant to stop raining in Antwerp at 5, so maybe it stopped raining a bit earlier and hopefully I'll have some luck to dry out all my gear because it poured in Bruges when I arrived and like all night and all morning and this morning's trip. And it's been raining on and off, yeah. So I'm staying at a campsite tonight. I'm just hoping they have like an undercover kitchen area and stuff. I need to dry out my tent. I'm hoping to have a rest day in Antwerp tomorrow just because it's meant to be sunny, just to have a look around the city and plan the next leg of the trip. So day 4, I'm having a rest day in Antwerp. I just cycled from the campsite. My hostel is just around the corner there. So yes, I'm having a rest day, going to Decathlon to get a few supplies, having a look around the city, and just planning the rest, the next few legs to Eindhoven, Arnhem, and then into Germany. So here is the city. So I am leaving Eindhoven. As you can see here, the 101st Memorial. So basically I'm following Easy Company's path up through Arnhem. So after Operation Market Garden failed, Easy Company was reassigned to Eindhoven and they were meant to clear all the roads and bridges on the path to Arnhem via Son, Veghel, Uden, and Nijmegen or something I can't pronounce on the way to Arnhem, and that would allow then the British Armoured Division to come in and cross the Rhine, which would allow them access into Germany. This was in September 1944. I'm currently in Son. So basically Easy Company, or contingent of Easy Company, left Eindhoven marching towards Son, and so they would have come down the road here just where I cycled to the bridge. Basically when they got to the bridge they encountered a heavy German fire and the Germans actually destroyed the bridge here at Son. But then Easy Company made a makeshift crossing here at the river, and then the rest of the company then could leave Eindhoven and march into Son. So basically after Easy Company left Son, they went east to Helmond, but I couldn't sort of go there because it was too far out of the way. But basically they went there with 6 Cromwell tanks from the British 11th Armoured Division, but they were forced to retreat when they encountered the German Panzer Brigade of the 107th. So they then regrouped and they came to the towns of Veghel, where I am here, and Eindhoven, which is about 10 kilometres further north. So that's where I'm heading next. I'm just going to grab a cup of coffee over here. I'll have a break to rest my bum and then I will carry on to Eindhoven. Okay, right now I am in Arnhem. Yay, I made it. This is the John Frost Bridge. The John Frost Bridge is built in Arnhem over the lower Rhine. It was named after Major General John Frost, who commanded the British troops here during the Battle of Arnhem. Here you can see the Rhine River. Basically, Easy Company there was like Operation Pegasus, which was to rescue 100 British troops that were trapped by the Germans on the German side of the river. And so yeah, so they crossed over and rescued the British troops here in Arnhem. I made it to Germany after cycling through France, Belgium and the Netherlands. Right now I'm in Münster and I'm going to be cycling towards Hamburg tomorrow. It should take maybe 4 days. Lots of pretty churches. Yes, I'm just planning the route on the pilgrim's route, or the called the Eurovelo 3. After I leave Germany, I'm heading up to Denmark to Copenhagen, just the streets of Münster. I'm off to find sausage and sauerkraut. So the white sausage, I've heard, is like a Bavarian thing, which is like a different state in Germany, so I might have to wait till Oktoberfest for that. But okay, today I'm going, well, I'm just going as far as I can. I'm on the Pilgrim's Trail to go up to Hamburg. This is day one leaving Münster, Germany, cycling through the forest. So I left Münster this morning, very early at about 7, and headed on the D7 or the Pilgrim's Trail to the first town of Telgt or something like that. And it was really beautiful because I followed the forest, and it was like dirt tracks and just beautiful forest. And I came out into like farms, and I saw this like baby weasel that I'd never seen before, and then like all these rabbits that were like playing and chasing each other and everything. It was really pretty. It was like a really, really beautiful cycle. It was about 15 kilometers. So if I had have just gone direct, not on that trail, it would have been 10 kilometers. And that was what I found with all the different towns along the trail. They so they sort of went around the world, and so it took like 30% more time to get anywhere, or more. So I sort of half followed the paths, but half followed the road because I had to get here, and it was about 110 kilometers. And I'm currently at Lake Dummer or something like that. So anyway, I just followed the paths. It kind of rained a little bit at lunch. I stopped at Onzerbrock for lunch or something. And then after lunch, I kind of got severely lost in a national park. I tried not to follow the highway to get here, and so followed Google Maps on a bike path. So the bike path took me around farms and everything, and then it kind of went up into a forest or like a park. And initially the roads were asphalt, and then they turned to like gravelly, and then they went to dirt, and then they turned into like grass where you can still see the track, and then just disappeared altogether. And so then my GPS wouldn't work because I was in the forest, and but it had where my last known signal was. So then I had to get my compass out and just like walk towards like where the next road was. And it was a bit scary because like there were like all these like hunting towers, like these towers where I guess people could hide and then like hunt from there. So that was a bit scary. And then all these like little shelters that had been built everywhere. It was like wrong turn, but like so it was a bit scary. But I managed to find my way out and hit a road, and then followed like the farm roads until I came to just the south end of the lake, and then I kind of hit the highway to come in here. And so I'm camping here. And when I arrived here, I just went down to the lake, and I had a beer and just sat on the chair with my like feet in the sand. It was really nice to relax. And then I came back here and just cooked dinner. I tested out the solar panel. Works really well. It's like really overcast and like not sunny at all, and it charged up the phone like by about 30% in like the hour I was sitting out there like with barely any sun. So I think that'll be really, really good like when it's an actual sunny day and I get to camp a bit earlier. Tomorrow I'm heading to Bremer, which is about 100 kilometers. Okay, so I'm currently in Twistringen or something like that. I'm cycling to Bremen. I think it's about like 11 o'clock. The church is going off. Just having a coffee here and relaxing for a little bit. I'm going to try and go to the campsite tonight. Just been following the highway mainly today. It's been sort of just pretty going through little country towns and farmlands. It's been really nice. The weather's starting to clear. It's been really cold and overcast all morning. I've maybe done about like 40 kilometers I think this morning. So probably got about 60 to go. Okay, so I'm currently at Bergen-Belson Concentration Camp. So it was established in 1939 as like a military training grounds, but then Soviet POWs were transported here. Behind me over there you can see one of the mass graves. They're everywhere. I think Anne Frank, the memorial to her, is just behind me. I think then in 1943 to 45 they started transporting it. It became a concentration camp. And before it became a concentration camp, about 40,000 Soviet POWs were killed just because of the horrible treatment of the Wehrmacht and the just lack of food and just being in the forced manual labour. So yeah, I'm just walking around the grounds here now. It's really... Today was day 13, so I left Hamburg this morning via the Lake Aster, which was really pretty and really beautiful cycle, and then pretty much to a place called Bad something, which is about 40 kilometers away. It just like poured rain from about 5 kilometers outside of Hamburg, but I was following like a cycle path on the highway, but it was kind of removed from the highway through the forest, so it was really pretty. I took sukkah at like Lise, I think it was called, and had a hot chocolate and stocked up on some stuff. I got some German instant mashed potato because I want to try all the different instant mashes. It's kind of like a staple of my cycle touring diet because it provides like the best weight to calorie ratio. You throw in a bit of like dried onion, tuna, garlic salt, and some like sometimes cheese or like herbs. It's like really delicious. So I got some of that, and it's got like onion and some kind of like bacon bits in it, so it should be really nice. So after I left there, it stopped raining and it was really nice, and I kind of then had to go off the highway and follow like a dirt road through farms and bush to sort of like cut like 10 k's off, I think, the trip. And so yeah, and that was like the absolute beautiful cycle. It was just through like, and then when I came out of the bush, it was just through little country roads. There were no cars. It was flat. It was, yeah, great. And so now here I am at Veghel, by the lake. I'm having a German beer and reading my stories. It's book 2 of the Scythe series by Neil Schusterman, and I just got dolled with rain. Yeah, it's been like when I arrived here it wasn't raining, but then it started raining while I was having a shower, and now it's sort of cleared up again, but it's like on and off. You can see here that I'm charging up the phone with the solar panels. Love the solar panels, David. Best present ever. Love you. Yeah, and so I arrived here at like 3 o'clock, so it was great. So I'm really enjoying my decision to like only cycle from Hamburg to Copenhagen in 4 days instead of 3, because it means I get here at like 3 o'clock and can sleep in and relax, and it's really good. So it's day 14 today, and today will be my last day cycling in Germany. I plan to go cycling to the little island which is right on the northern borders of Germany, and then first thing in the morning I'm going to cross the ferry to Denmark on my way to Copenhagen, which will take another 2 days. But I'm cycling through this pretty forest at the moment. There's so much wildlife. I've seen like 3 baby deer. It's like crazy, and there's like rabbits everywhere and like little, I don't know, chipmunky rat things, I don't know what they are, and birds. Like I was like cycling along and earlier, and there was this like bird in a tree. I'm like, oh look, someone's put like a fake bird like Ma does, but it was real. But the colours were just absolutely so vibrant and incredible. You wouldn't think that could like it was real. So it's nice and sunny. It's meant to rain here at 11, so I don't know what it's going to be like further north. But fingers crossed it doesn't rain. It was really overcast and rainy yesterday, on and off. Yeah, so I've only got 80 kilometres, I think a bit under today. I haven't got a campsite organised for today, but there's lots around the island. The island's like 10 kilometres, so I don't want to have to sort of go too far out of my way, and lots of the campsites that aren't at the very like south or north of the island are kind of off these random dirt roads for a couple of k's. There aren't really any in the middle. They've kind of all just scattered around. I'm cycling along on my way to Ferma Island, and there was just like the biggest thunderstorm ever. There was like thunderstorm and lightning, and I had to take sukkah under those trees over there. As you can see, it's quite dark still behind me. So at the end of day 14, I'm right on the northern border of Germany now, on Ferma Island. So right now I'm at the beach. I'm gonna go swimming with all my clothes on and then go have a shower straight away. It's quite windy, but it's nice and sunny. Like, yeah, the weather is just so fickle, it changes like ridiculously from one moment to the next. Because it was raining a minute ago when I was setting up my tent, and now it's like a beautiful sunny day. And like just over the other side, before I crossed over the bridge, there was like thunderstorms and like a hail, and then it just stopped within a matter of 5 minutes. So it's really bizarre. But yeah, so I'm gonna go swim. I think you can swim in there because tomorrow's gonna be a really big cycle, because I have to cycle to the north of the island, and I'm on the very southern tip, and then get the ferry across. So I've left Germany and I'm now on the ferry to Denmark, where I'll be, the next leg of the trip will be cycling up to Copenhagen before crossing over to Sweden. So the ferry crossing takes 45 minutes.